everybody, it's Sword Song, and welcome to 52 Weeks, 52 Films, or Sword Song Spoils It. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet. And it is January 5th, 2017 is week one of this project, and I watched the horror classic directed by Rupert Julian, apparently. Phantom of the Opera, starring Lon Chaney Sr., Mary Philbin, and Norman Carey. Norman Carey played Raoul. I'm not entirely sure who that name is. But Lon Chaney, obviously, classic horror icon. And I hadn't seen any of his movies before now, and I felt like that sucked, so that's why I wanted to start with that. And I hate to admit it, but this movie was really hard to get through. And I think it's partially because of, the era thing. Since I don't fully understand the 20s. This is a decade they never talk about in school, is it? It's 20s. You hear about Prohibition, that's it. So, it was 1925, it's a silent film, which seems like a strange choice to me to make Phantom of the Opera in a time period that you could not have opera in your film. But I think they told the story really well, and it highlighted the fact to me that Phantom of the Opera is very much a Beauty and the Beast story. If Beast didn't get the girl in the end and got lynched by a mob of theater folk. I think part of my problem with watching this was, I don't know what company released it. I should have written it down. But I have it on one of those horror collections, 50 horror movies. And it has stuff from Barbara Steele and all sorts of classic horror and blah blah blah. But the soundtrack was obviously not the soundtrack that was originally with it. The score is completely wrong. There was times where it should have been super tense and it felt like I was watching the Nutcracker. It was not a good score for the movie. But it did remind me, a lot of times I think of classic films and I think very close, bottle films or very intimate shots and things like that. This one reminded me that, there was a lot of really big camera work back at the time. There's a lot of really grand shots in this. To the point that sometimes the characters get lost in how big the shots are. And that kind of sucked. But it was beautifully shot. It was really well acted. Mary Philbin is she made a very good Christine. Because Christine is kind of like a Snow White character, I always thought. But she sings, and if you take away her singing, you kind of have to have this very beautiful, delicate woman, and Mary Philbin was fantastic at that. She's very pretty, she's very delicate. Excuse me. The chemistry between her and Raoul was really awesome. There's a scene where, after they plan to escape, that he's drying her tears and stuff, and it's just an adorable scene. But it also makes it that much more impactful when she's scared, when the Phantom takes her through the mirror, which is a fantastic shot. When she gets scared, she looks genuinely scared. But it is really hard to watch now, and I hate saying it, because it is 1925, it still has the very big, Vogue acting with all the poses, and the gasping and pulling back, and so that was really awkward, and I hate the pacing of silent films. And I know I shouldn't say that, but I hate the pacing of silent films. And it's a problem with the medium, because on one hand you have the screen that has the dialogue and then their reactions. And then someone's reply, and then their reactions, and then a reply. And so it's just very slow and draggy. That wasn't necessarily my problem with the end of this film. The end of this film just fucking drags. It takes forever. Because you got the Phantom's trying to kill Raoul, and the random creepy dude who turns out to be secret police, I guess. 3 times he tries to kill them before Christine's finally oh, okay, fine, I'll stay with you. And then at that point, the theater mob who's trying to avenge the death of some guy who I don't think I saw in the film until he was dead, is halfway there. And then the rest of it is just them getting to him and killing him and blah blah blah. The special effects in this movie are also really cool. The makeup, obviously, Phantom of the Opera has one of the most classic horror reveals when Christine takes the mask off the Phantom and you see that face. And that's really cool. And his makeup is amazing because Lon Chaney obviously doesn't look like that. And I think what they were going for was like he had no lips or eyelids or anything. So it was kind of a Jeff the Killer appearance. But Frankensteinish. Like if Frankenstein was Jeff the Killer, that's how I would describe Lon Chaney's Phantom. Especially because at the time, like, I don't think they had the ability to take away his nose as he was described originally, that the Phantom just like has no nose and like his eyes gouged out. There was a thing in the end which was kind of stupid, like at the beginning of the third act they were just like, oh, by the way, he totally escaped from an insane, a prison for the criminally insane, and he's self-taught musician and a master of the black arts. That was really stupid. I was like, wait, the Phantom is a master of the black arts? But anyways, it was hard. I think there's some stuff that could be changed about it, but I think that is just my generation and my current film knowledge speaking. I think there's some stuff that could be taken out, some stuff that could be arranged or sped up, but definitely the score. If I could find another copy with a better score, I'd probably be more interested in watching it. But with the fucking Cirque du Soleil, no, it's not even Cirque du Soleil because I like that music. There's fucking just bad music choices. It makes it really hard to get through. That was my problem when I first watched Nosferatu as well, is that it literally had circus music. Very distracting. But as a first film for the year, I don't think it was a bad choice. I'm glad I watched it. I haven't watched nearly enough silent films. First time I've watched a Lon Chaney film, so I'm pretty happy about that. If you have an hour and a half and maybe a good copy with a good score, I recommend it. It's just, a good bit of horror classics that if you like horror movies, check it out. So yeah, that's what this was. I think I'm done. Probably not. I'll probably think of like 80 billion other things to say once the camera's off. But such is life. And Joe is coughing behind the camera.
Shut up. I don't know.
I do know.
It was Jewel Productions, by the way.
It was Jewel Productions?
That was the production company. Distributed by Universal.
Well, I know it's a Universal horror. Because he was one of the Universal actors with, like, all the original Universal baddies, The Mummy and Wolfman and blah, blah, blah. But no, this particular copy. See, this movie's so classic that it is on the cover of my Horror Classics collection. It doesn't say. The Mill Creek is the one who released this particular one. So, the Mill Creek version of the Lon Chaney version of Phantom of the Opera has a shit score, and that really detracts from my enjoyment of the movie. And that's really the moral of the story, is if your soundtrack sucks, your movie's gonna suck. Get on that.
Also, there were 4 directors.
Yes. Thank you all for calling. Remember to do that fun YouTube stuff like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully I'll have another one of these out every week. Except for probably in April. Because I'm probably going to give birth in April. So that might be a little weird. I'm still going to try and keep up with the movie thing. Somehow. Tell me what you like as a title. 52 Weeks, 52 Movies. Or Sword Song Spoils. You let me know. You won't. You guys never comment. But, maybe you should. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!